Good afternoon and welcome to DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale.
And I'm meteorologist Brittany Ward.
And Lisa, first of all, welcome to the Noon Show. We're always glad to have you.
Happy to be a guest anytime, Mark.
Oh, you're not a guest, you're family.
Yes, for sure. Happy Halloween, everyone out there celebrating Halloween. I know I've seen some really creative costumes already, so I'm sure those outfits are really great today. I don't know what you guys, what would you guys want to be for Halloween if you were wearing a costume?
Well, I actually am going to be wearing a costume.
Oh, what are
later
you gonna
on, or I should say this weekend. I'm actually going as the female version of Freddy Krueger.
Oh,
Yeah. So I have the claw.
Oh, okay.
Mark's face is like.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not my first pick. I wanted to be the Powerpuff Girls,
Okay.
but my group of friends wanted to go with a scary movie theme.
Oh.
So
I like it. And how much did this costume cost? I'm always wondering about the cost.
I did not spend that much on this costume. I'm able to reuse a lot of the stuff with my costume. So Amazon was my best friend.
Yeah, I've heard Amazon has been really good to folks out there. I'm always thinking about affordable costume ideas. And so I've heard 6'7" is going to be popular this year. People
Whatever
with that
that
cat,
means.
whatever that means, the kids are saying it, whatever that means.
Yeah.
You just put a number on a shirt and go with a friend.
Yeah.
I wish I could actually wear a Superman costume and have real Superman powers. Because then I would fly away and come back at an unspecified date.
Oh, wow.
I'm just serious.
I think that's called a vacation. Mark.
That's called a vacation. Just a little time away. But
Mark,
it's
you are Superman.
Thank you. But this is a great day for kids and their
Yeah.
families. To get out there and have a good time. And kind of windy out there, though. You just kind of wonder if that's going to have an impact this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be breezy as we head through the day today. So with that added wind, it's going to make it feel a little bit cooler outside. So going trick-or-treating this evening, just have the jacket on hand. But the good news is we are going to be dry as we head into your Friday. So let's take a look at satellite and radar right now, showing you not a lot of clouds across the area. We are seeing that mix of sun and clouds. That system well off to our north, and notice not really seeing much across the DMV. So again, it's not going to be a bad forecast at all. Temperature wise, we have started to warm up, but still fairly cool out there. We're sitting in the 50s here in DC, 58 currently here. 60 though, as you head over there to Lexington Park, back off to the north and west, we're holding on to the upper 40s to lower 50s. 49 currently in Kaiser, 51 as you head over there to Cumberland. Now, you'll notice a bit of a breeze. Windy conditions are going to be expected through much of the day today. So keep that in mind when heading out trick-or-treating. Winds are gusting upwards to about 32 miles per hour right now in DC. We're seeing them shift out of the west. That's ushering in some of that drier air we're dealing with. We're seeing windy conditions out towards Martinsburg, West Virginia at this hour. Winds gusting upwards to about 39 miles per hour. And we do have wind advisories that are going to be in place throughout this afternoon into the evening hours, back off to the north and west, out towards the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, as well as Washington County. We could see winds gusting upwards to about 50 miles per hour. And then along the Blue Ridge, that wind advisory is set to expire this afternoon right around 2 p.m. But again, winds gusting upwards to about 50 miles per hour. Then as you head further west out towards Allegheny County as well as Garrett County, even more breezier, those winds gusting upwards to about 55 miles per hour. So yes, expect windy conditions throughout much of the day today. And if you plan on not trick-or-treating and maybe heading to a haunted house just to get your scare on this evening, it's going to be slightly cooler out there. Temperatures will be dipping down into the 40s heading into the evening. But again, it's going to feel a little bit cooler with those breezy conditions. So keep it here. We'll talk more about that trick-or-treat forecast and what to expect, guys, up next.
All right, Brittany Ward, thank you so very much. Well, Annalisa, the government shutdown continues. A big concern is what this will mean, what impact will it have on SNAP and WIC benefits. There are at least some temporary solutions in place. On Thursday, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced that she authorized the use of local funds to make sure that residents enrolled in SNAP and WIC programs will receive the benefits that they need. The mayor acknowledged that SNAP and WIC play obviously a critical role in helping thousands of Washingtonians and millions of Americans across the country put food on the table each month. And she said that she is hopeful that it wouldn't come to this, and that we still need the federal government to reopen as soon as possible. But for right now, she says that they're going to be moving forward to ensure that D.C. residents that utilize those programs are taken care of.
Yeah, neighboring states, including Maryland and Virginia, also declaring states of emergency due to this lapse in federal funding that's expected. Mayor Bowser's office saying that around 141,000 residents in D.C. receive SNAP benefits each month, with over 12,000 residents receiving WIC benefits. So they say that this will help out for sure with the need for about $29 million of those funding, that funding that they're expecting to take from to help out with this effort. So we'll see what happens there.
And Lisa, you mentioned numbers. It's always about the numbers across the country. 46 million Americans either receive SNAP or WIC benefits. So again, as this shutdown continues, it impacts millions and millions of people.
And it's actually day 31 of this government shutdown. President Donald Trump is calling on the Senate now to scrap the filibuster so that the Republican majority can bypass Democrats and reopen the federal government. That filibuster is a long-standing tactic in the Senate to delay or block votes on legislation by keeping the debate running. It requires 60 votes in a full Senate to overcome. Trump's calling on this to terminate the filibuster to alter the ways that the Senate and congressional deal-making operate. If the shutdown does continue, it could become the longest in history, surpassing the 35-day lapse that ended in 2019 during President Trump's first term over his demands to build the U.S.-Mexico border wall. So we are waiting to see if there is some type of deal that will happen after this weekend, Mark. And I know, Mark, you talked to a congressman yesterday on our 5 p.m. show, Congressman Ivey,
Right.
About some of this. And what did he have to say about it?
He was cautiously optimistic, if that even makes sense. He says that in order for things to move forward now, that House Speaker Mike Johnson is going to have to call members of the House back in order to really get a deal to move forward, even if it's going to be, Annalisa, a temporary spending bill. So the onus is no longer just on the Senate or Senate Democrats to give those 10 votes needed. You know, Congressman Ivey said that now, again, House Majority Leader Mike Johnson is going to have to call back, members of the House as well in order to get a deal in place. And you'd mentioned, Annalisa, that back in the 2018-2019 shutdown, the longest so far in history, the big issue was funding that Mexico border wall. Well, obviously, the issue several years later is different. Democrats, they want to ensure that those Affordable Care Act premiums for 24 million Americans do not skyrocket. Mm-hmm. That's a big concern right now, that maybe those premiums could even double and triple. And Senate Democrats said that they will not move forward and approve any kind of a spending plan unless those, that's addressed in the spending plan. And Republican leadership, they said that they are willing to negotiate, that once a spending plan is in place. So if we're going to, there's optimism that maybe something could get done this week, Annalisa, but you just kind of wonder, where can you find a compromise? Is one side going to have to bend, or can you find a middle ground when the issue, is very clear cut?
Yeah, so you also have some more analysis coming up this weekend on Capitol Review, Mark. What can we expect on your show this weekend?
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about, we're talking with George Washington University professor, Dr. Casey Burgett. And, he is optimistic, Annalisa, that something could happen this week because there's a lot at stake now. Again, you were talking about, just the impact on SNAP benefits just here in the DMV. But he says that both parties are now starting to really feel the pressure. And he's hopeful that maybe even President Trump will put pressure on Republican leadership, since they run both the House and Senate, to try and come up with some sort of a compromise. But again, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to involve just the Senate. as Congressman Glenn Ivey said, now that House Majority Leader Mike Johnson has to call members of the House back in and kind of start all over to get something in place. And Congressman Ivey said it can be done quickly if both sides find, some sort of a resolution or a compromise.
All right, and you can watch Capitol Review this weekend with our Mark Hall with more analysis on this. And also this evening at 4 and 5 p.m. on DC News Now, we're going to be actually at a food bank talking to folks who have been furloughed about how they're feeling the impacts of this government shutdown. So we're definitely staying on top of this, tracking this as this continues now 31 days and watching to see if it will break that record mark. People definitely feeling the impacts from businesses who relied on those federal workers to those furloughed federal workers themselves.
All right, stay with us. You're watching DC News Now at noon. We're back in 2 minutes.